Time now for Sid Sixero. This is where I get 60 seconds to blah, 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 blah. Thank you. The Toronto Maple Leafs were in a very interesting spot last night. They're missing their top three defensemen. They're on the road. They're with a starting goalie, Matt Murray, who hasn't played a lot. Plus, they're taking on a New Jersey Devils team who had won 13 straight hockey games. Recipe for a loss, right? Nope. Leafs won the game 2-1. However, New Jersey scored 3 goals, and they were all called back and overturned due to video review. 3 goals turned back. Now, hockey fans in New Jersey, because they're very polite and kind about things, let it go. What's that? They threw a bunch of beer onto the ice and aimed it at the Leafs. Here's some of the video evidence. This fan immediately can't handle it. They couldn't believe they had 3 goals called back. For what it's worth, I agreed with all 3 of the calls. They legit started throwing beer onto the ice. And as the Leafs eventually left the ice, guess what? They threw more beer. Ironically enough, with beer cans raining down, the answer to the question, could the Leafs end New Jersey's 13-game winning streak? The answer was, yes, they can. Kyle Bukauskas of Hockey Night in Canada and Sportsnet joining us. Kyle, I did not have a win for the Leafs last night, given the context of the situation on my bingo card. What stuck out for you besides the beer throwing?
Yeah, I guess, I think David Buddy from Seinfeld taught us that anything like that can happen with the Devils when they're going the way they are. But I just thought it was just a gutsy effort, Sid. I thought, Matt Murray was fantastic because New Jersey really, I thought, from the second period on, the ice was tilted their way. Like Toronto got the 2 early, and then they were kind of in defend mode for the majority of the final 40 minutes. And, the 3 that get called back, they end up getting 1 to make it really close. They pulled the goalie for about, the last 2 minutes or so. Amazingly, when you think about how the season has gone to this point, if you were to look at one area that's been arguably the most consistent, despite the fact that there's been a myriad of players to be in the role so far this year, it's been goaltending. And the fact that Matt Murray is healthy again, and each of his 4 or 5 outings that he's had since his return, he's given his team a chance to win, and he's picked up 3 victories along the way. So that has to be the most encouraging sign, I think, for Toronto. But, in behind all of that is just the concern. You mentioned the 3 defensemen they were without already last night. Jordy Ben leaves the game midway through last night as well. So it seems like the blue line is just getting thinner, and long-term, that's something that there would be a little concern about for me.
Definitely concerned. I think Sheldon Keefe, a part of him likes this, though. Part of him wants to prove to people, look, it's the system. And quite frankly, so far, he's kind of right. Like, they're playing decent hockey despite the injuries. It's wild. Kyle is going to be in Pittsburgh for the Leafs game, Hockey Night in Canada, against the Penguins, so that's going to be interesting to watch. I need a soccer take, Kyle. I need a soccer take. Everyone's got one today. You watched the game yesterday, Canada-Belgium. You come away with it feeling what?
Oh, it was just almost heartbreaking because of how well they played early. And you thought the penalty kick, like everybody else, like that was their chance. And when that ended up being for naught, I was concerned about, geez, are they ever going to get another opportunity like that? Turns out they did, and they just didn't convert. So, I mean, it's great and all that, we've got the respect of the world. The Belgian players were very impressed with how Canada played. But, man, like at least a real opportunity, Sid, didn't you feel, to split some points? I saw some of your tweets after the game. Like, even though it was against the number 2 ranked nation in the world, kind of felt like opportunity missed just with how well they played. But hopefully that energy continues because, man, this is the first time I'm seeing it in my lifetime, and I'm glued to it.
Yeah, the nation is, and that was a heck of a performance. We'll dive into it as the morning progresses here. I think Croatia are going to play more together Sunday. I think Sunday might actually be tougher for Canada. We'll see how it plays out. Kyle Bukauskas, a man of many talents, as you can see, takes left and right. Kyle, I appreciate you, man. Good stuff. Thank you.
Thanks, Ed.